Why do I have to keep going? Why do I have to keep showing up for myself? Well, the reason why you have to keep going, the reason why you have to keep showing up for yourself is because you don't have a choice. You see, when you are all that you have emotionally, mentally, psychologically, and financially, it's not an option. It is a responsibility. Now, this doesn't take away that there's a specific time for you to achieve the things that you want to do, so you don't have to rush. But when you are doing things yourself, it does take more time, energy, and effort. So, with that being said, welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, another reason why you have to continue to show up for yourself is because you don't have the same lifestyle as everybody else. We all have the same 24 hours, but that doesn't mean within that time we all have access to the same resources in life. And our resources could be our education, it could be our environment, it could be our finances, it could be the people that we're surrounded with, our community, what we see, what we hear, what we watch, etc. Right? So comparing yourself to people, places, and things who are not you and who do not contribute to you, excuse me, doesn't change your success. And honestly, it doesn't do anything for you. Unless you look up to people for admiration and inspiration, pocket watching doesn't change your pockets. So you can't compare yourself to other people. Some people do have two-parent households. Some people do have financial abundance. Some people do have more experiences. This doesn't take away from you. This doesn't mean that these people are better or greater, and it doesn't make you less than. So when you are doing things by yourself, the best advice and recommendation in this video that we're going to go over and discuss is taking your time. You know what you go through behind the scenes. You know what you're doing behind closed doors. People don't know what you're going through behind closed doors. Even if you were to call someone up right now and be like, hey girl, hey boy, and let them know how you're feeling or what you're doing. Just because people perceive you doesn't mean it's true or that's who you are. Just because people place judgments on you has nothing to do with you. So you have to realize as you're learning and unlearning information, as you're healing, as you're becoming better, everything previously that you learned that no longer resonates with you is in the past. And you don't need to keep looking backward at. Take the information that you learned from the past, apply it in your current reality, and be present so you can apply what needs to happen in order for you to be in the future. It doesn't have to be challenging. It doesn't have to be difficult. I'm not going to say that doing things by yourself is not time consuming, but it only becomes difficult and challenging when you're comparing yourself to people, places, and things, or you don't feel secure in yourself. So, for example, I can't look at people my age and worry about what they got going on or how they got it because we're not in the same boat. I can't compare myself to somebody who has two parents, who is handed everything and is allowed to have help because they have the support and the guidance. Once again, this doesn't make this person better than me or less than. I'm not envious. They don't have to look down on me. It's just we don't relate. So if you know you've been through certain things and people who are not you haven't and they're living a life or they're doing the things that you want, you can't beat yourself up about it. You just have to accept the fact that, you know what, I don't know what these people did to get what they have, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't take away from my success. You have a path just for you. Like, there are things that you're going to do that's just for you. Like, you don't have to worry about what society says. You don't have to worry about what your mom says or your friend says, because once again, the people that are meant to be a part of your journey are going to pour into you. They're going to help you with the finances, education, and resources and tools that they have the best way that they can. And if people choose not to, they don't have to. And as you're taking your time, you know what you go through. So you don't have to worry about people calling you lazy or saying that you don't have a job or that you're never going to lose weight or that you're never going to get in a relationship or that you're this or that. Like, tune them people out, because those people are not even doing the things that you're trying to doing are doing are going to be where you are in the future. Speaking from experience, I've had a lot of people place judgment on me. And the only people, once again, who make these judgments, other than people who are not doing anything for themselves, are people who don't know you. Nobody who knows you is going to speak badly about you or not support you because they know what you're trying to do. They know what you're capable of. It's always been people who did not know me who said certain things, not realizing you can't compare your lifestyle to me. Just because you think I'm not doing anything, or you think you have more resources, you're not better than me. The fact that you feel the need to judge someone and think you're better than them, you're not. Because if you were all that in a bag of chips, what somebody else does doesn't affect you. So you can't worry about those people. And all those people have been removed and are being removed out of my life currently as I'm making this video. And that's the same thing with you. Like when you're doing things by yourself, you're the only person who knows how much energy and effort it takes. Like if you're trying to walk and take public transportation to school or to work or to that new job, and other people have cars and private jets and Ubers, how's that going to help you? How can you relate to that? You don't have to be mad. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to be envious. Just know that when it's your time to get the car and, level up, it will be for you. You know that you put in the work. And this is not to knock anybody who gets assistance. Because once again, it's not about comparing and contrasting. If you have a two-parent household, your parents are supposed to be providers of you. Nobody is jealous of parents who did what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to provide. They're supposed to help you if they can. But that's not everybody's luxury. And if that's not your luxury, you don't need to be worried about, oh, well, they have their mom and dad to help them. If your mom and dad could help you, they would have helped you too. People do with what they have. So unless you're unlearning and learning and doing what you need to do, don't worry about people who have what you think more than you, because it's a lot of times it's just monetary. It's a lot of materials. Just because somebody has more materials than you doesn't mean they have more energy, more knowledge, more wisdom or discernment than you, or that their energy is on a certain frequency. But without getting too distracted, you have to take your time. If I was to listen to the people who said I was lazy, or I'm never going to be anything, or you're this and this and that, or people who did not know me and gossip about me to their friends and family, or some of us actually have to go to work, some of us actually have to have a job, I would be like those people. And those people are not people I want to be like. And the fact that people are watching you instead of pouring into themselves said a lot about you. A lot of people don't want to do the work. A lot of people can't do the work. People love to talk about what they would do if they were in your position. They wouldn't even have the opportunity because they're worried about everybody else and they're placing judgment. So I'm not worried about what people had to say about me. I run my own business, and if you run a business, it takes years. You don't just open a business for 24 hours and then the next day shut it down. No, you buy a car. Anything that you do in life, you have to maintain. If you buy a car, you buy a house. Once you buy a car, once you buy a house, now when you buy your car, you got to put gas in it. You got to buy registration. You have to get your tags. You got to get tires. You got to put air in your car. If you're like myself, you got to get your car detailed. You got to get it cleaned twice a month. That costs money. You got to get oil changes. You may got to get your brakes changed. You may got to get tints on your car. Like, once you get a house, you got to pay your mortgage now. You got to worry about your HOA. You got to get your grass cut. If you got a pool, you got to get your pool cleaned. If you have a florist, you got to get your plants all nice and neat. Like, you got to buy furniture. Like, people who do not have the things that you have or are meant to be in a position that you're in don't understand. So don't listen to them. I'm taking my time. I know what I'm doing. It's for me. It's not anybody's business. If you're not helping me, financially me, pouring into me, I don't care. People are going to talk about you regardless. Get what you need to get done. Get it done. Take your time. I believe in resting. I'm smart. As a businesswoman, I work smarter. I don't have to work hard. I don't have to work 7,000 hours just to make a certain amount of money. That's not the lifestyle for me. And it's not to knock anybody who does, but you got to worry about you. We don't have the life. We don't have the same lifestyle. The people talking about me not knowing what I did, and I'm glad I didn't tell them, because it's just like then people want to act different. Like, no, keep that same energy. When you try to judge a book by its cover, keep that same energy. Keep that, leave me alone. Don't ever, you would never talk to me. I would never talk to you guys. Like, don't ever cut them people loose. Take your time doing what you need to do and rest. Like, don't overwork yourself. You don't have to work a $7,000 just to become successful. You guys see, we have more resources, we have more tools, and a lot of people focus on the negative, that they think a lot of people are in poverty. There are poverty people in spirit, and then there are wealthy and abundant people in spirit. It's a mindset. And then it comes down to like monetary materials, money, and all that other stuff. But once again, without getting too far and distracted, you make the choices that you make. You're responsible for them. All of us have a past. You got to learn from it. You got to apply what you can, use the resources that you have. It is going to be time consuming, but it's like you're doing it by yourself. You're doing it by, can't nobody say that they did any of these things. Can't nobody say that they bought my car, they bought my apartment. All this stuff is in my name. And you need to be proud of yourself. You need to be proud of yourself when you're doing it. But then nobody, and that's the thing. When people want to sit here and help you because it benefits them or they don't have genuine intentions, you tell them to keep it. Keep the money. Keep. I don't want none of it. Because people think you need them. You don't need people when you do things by yourself. I could tell you, out of the 27 years of my life, the past 10 years, I've been taking care of myself like completely. And what I've learned is that I never needed anybody to help me. Have I wanted have I wanted people to be there for me? Yes. But what I found out, then people cannot help me. If people are not for you, they can't help me because they don't understand. They're not going where I'm going. They're not doing the things that I want to do. They're not supposed to know. So if people want to sit here and hold things overneath your head and be like, well, I'm the one doing this for you, or you ask me, or you need me, you tell them, you know what, thank you. Appreciate what was given, take what you can, and just take your time. It's just going to be time consuming. But don't ever come in my face talking about something you need. I didn't need you for nothing. And honestly, what I've learned, I don't even want to ask. Because some people are just rude, like have nasty low spirits. And it's just like, nobody's obligated to help you. But if you're not giving out the kindness of your heart, don't ask and don't expect. I've learned that a long time ago. And that's another reason why you need to continue to do this by yourself. Because people love to make it seem like you're not going to be anything or that you need them instead of just helping because it's the right thing to do. And I know everyone clearly is not a good person, but when I give freely. I don't expect anything in return because when you know you're abundant, you know what you put out is what you get back. When you are a giver, I'm telling you, if you have the option to give and help people, help these people and give. It's going to come back to you 10 times fold. And I'm speaking from experience. The more I gave and gave and gave and gave because it's the right thing to do, the more I was able to return back. And it's not about getting gifts. Because if you're really like that, for real, you know the vibes. So don't worry about judgment. You don't have a choice. So rest. If people want to call you lazy, they want to think that you broke, they want to think you're this, okay. That's what you think. And most importantly, don't tell nobody what you're doing. Everybody doesn't need to know what you're doing because people are going to run their mouth and do all this extra stuff. Don't worry. They're going to see. They're going to hear about when the time comes. It takes time. Like I said, if you're running a business, it takes years to build a strong foundation. It takes years for your business to last. McDonald's is not opening still and hasn't been around for, 60, 100 plus years because they was open for 24 hours. It took maybe, 25, 50 years, 100 years for them to maintain their lifestyle. Like, as an entrepreneur, I have to be able to maintain my things that I'm getting. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. Like, you know what you're going through. You know how it makes you feel. Middle fingers up. I don't want to get striked on YouTube, but middle fingers up to anybody who's not helping you. You don't need anybody's help. If you do need help, make sure you surround yourself with people who genuinely help you, and they will. If people choose not to, just take your time. If things are not working out right now, take your time. Because when it's time for you to move, you got to be prepared. So do what you can. Take each day for what it is. Stop worrying. I know it may be frustrating. I know you may be tired. Rest. You got to create a structure and a system that works for you. You got to be able to do things in a certain timely manner that you know you can get done. So make a to-do list, get a calendar, pen and paper, get your notes, get an iPad, get a notebook, write down one thing every single day that you can do, 2 things, 3 things, however much time. Your days off, if you don't feel like doing nothing, sleep all day long, right? Shower, brush your teeth, take care of yourself, rest, go outside, enjoy yourself. Have balance though. Like, don't overwork yourself. Do what you can. Don't worry about what other people are doing, and you're going to get there when you're supposed to. So I'm going to hurry up and end this video because I don't know how much long I got on my camera. But welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, I Guidance. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. All information will be down in the description box below. And if you want to want a session, if you want a one-on-one session, click the link at TyGuidance.com. And if you are interested in more videos like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells, and comment a specific video or topic you want me to go over, and head to Instagram and my TikTok stories where I do questions and answers. I also go live on Instagram and Twitter, okay? And we do polls about specific topics and discussions. And make sure you guys are following and sharing these videos so therefore we can start going live on YouTube, okay? Love you, bye.